Once a chart-topping R&B superstar, R. Kelly's fall from grace was as shocking as it was dramatic. Convicted of sex trafficking, racketeering, and child exploitation, Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in federal prison, effectively a life sentence for the disgraced singer. But what's life been like for him behind bars in 2024? Has he shown remorse? Are there still loyal supporters fighting for his release? And what about the victims? Have they found justice? Tonight, we take you inside R. Kelly's prison life, the legal battles still raging, and whether the man who once sang, "I Believe I Can Fly," will ever see freedom again. Introduction. R. Kelly dominated the 90s and early 2000s with hits like Ignition, Remix, and Bump and Grind, but his legacy is now forever tainted by his crimes. In 2022, a federal jury found him guilty of running a decades-long sex trafficking ring, exploiting women and underage girls. But prison hasn't silenced Kelly completely. In 2024, he's still fighting appeals, filing lawsuits, and even recording music from behind bars. Meanwhile, his victims continue to speak out, and the legal system keeps tightening its grip. So where does R. Kelly stand today? Let's break it down. Section 1. Life behind bars. How is R. Kelly surviving? Locked up in a medium-security federal prison, Kelly's daily life is a far cry from his luxury mansions and private jets. Sources inside reveal he spends 23 hours a day in his cell due to safety concerns. Other inmates have threatened him. He's been placed in solitary confinement multiple times for breaking prison rules. His health is declining. He's reportedly suffering from diabetes and severe back pain, requiring frequent medical attention. But perhaps the biggest shock? He's still recording music. Leaked letters show he's been sending lyrics to producers, hoping to release new material. Legal experts say any profits would likely go to his victims as part of court-ordered restitution. Section 2. The legal battles, appeals, lawsuits, and new allegations. Kelly's legal team hasn't given up. In 2024, they filed yet another appeal, arguing his trial was unfair. But judges have repeatedly denied his requests, calling the evidence against him overwhelming. Meanwhile, new lawsuits have emerged. A former inmate claims Kelly tried to manipulate him into smuggling contraband. Another victim came forward, alleging abuse in the early 2000s, proving the legal fallout isn't over. Most damning? Prosecutors revealed Kelly still owes millions in restitution to his victims, money he's yet to pay. Section 3. The victims. Where are they now? While Kelly fights for freedom, his victims are reclaiming theirs. Several have written books exposing his abuse, started advocacy groups for survivors of sexual violence, spoken at universities, warning about predatory behavior in the music industry. One victim who testified against Kelly told reporters he thought he'd never get caught. Now he'll die in prison, and we finally have peace. But not everyone has moved on. Some die-hard fans still protest his innocence, flooding social media with #free R. Kelly posts, despite the mountain of evidence against him. Section 4. The legacy. Will R. Kelly ever be forgotten? Kelly's music still streams millions of times a year, but radio stations refuse to play it. Awards shows have erased him from history, and his name is now synonymous with scandal. Legal analysts say he'll never be released. His sentence, combined with pending state charges, ensures he'll die in prison. But the bigger question is, will his victims ever truly get justice? For now, R. Kelly remains a cautionary tale, a man who flew too close to the sun and burned his legacy to ashes. R. Kelly's story is one of power, abuse, and ultimate downfall. But it's also about the courage of survivors who refused to stay silent. Do you think his music should still be available? Should his victims receive every cent he makes from behind bars? Let's debate in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more uncensored deep dives into music's darkest...